Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Irrelevant Sports. This is like the March Madness sports betting episode, and I'm just going to let them introduce themselves before we get into the rest of the episode.
I'm Guyot. I go to the University of South Carolina and I'm a sophomore, and I chose to study sports management because I've always loved sports and it's really my passion in life.
I'm Brennan, Petrane. I'm also a sophomore at South Carolina. I'm from Charlotte. It's pretty much the same reasons why I chose sports management. Just always love sports.
Yeah, same. I'm Quinn Williamson. I'm from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Sophomore in sports management too.
I'm Jack Megan. I'm from Fairfax Station, Virginia. I'm also a sophomore, and it's always been my passion to work in sports, so I thought sport management was a good major to pick up.
Yeah, so since like freshman year, they've always had classes with me, and I always sit in the front, and they're always in the back, all together, and the professors will always like comment on you guys.
Wow.
But
You
it's
get
so
picked apart.
true. Yeah, no, it's fun though, and it's just me and you and the one class.
The 310.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so we can start with like the sports betting side. I know nothing about that. I don't know what the pluses and the minuses, over, under, none of it. So you guys get to explain that.
Alright.
That one's pretty easy.
Yeah, so basically if you are trying to sports bet, the most common bet that you can place is a spread bet, meaning a team to either cover the spread or not cover the spread. And spreads work where it's however many points the favorite will win by. So for example, the University of South Carolina is playing in the Final Four against Iowa, and the spread is -12. So that means that in order for you to make money, South Carolina would have to win by more than 12 if you take them, and if you take +12, that would mean that Iowa has to lose by 12 or less for your bet to hit.
So what has been some of y'all's best games that you've bet on, and your worst games?
The best game had to be Furman,
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago for March Madness.
Yeah, first round, they had a big upset, and we've been watching them for like 2 years. We bet on them like every time they play, and last year they missed the tournament on a buzzer beater in the conference championship, which we all bet on and lost money on.
My personal favorite was Kansas State beating Michigan State, because they told me about it early in the year. I was like, all right, this team's fun to watch, and no one really had them winning. They were in the plus, like he was talking about,
Yeah.
and I threw 50 on it and made 50 back, so that was a good win.
The Chiefs Super Bowl definitely has to be up there too.
Chiefs Super Bowl.
That game was awesome.
Also, I bet the Warriors to win by exactly 22, and they won by exactly 22, and I made so much money.
Yeah, and that was nuts.
So much.
And
There's
then
like
lost it all in about 5 minutes.
some in the college bowl, like the bowl games that I should have, and I just didn't. Like I had Tulane and Penn State.
We all had Ohio State.
Yeah.
They lost.
South
we all had
Carolina
Ohio
money line.
State, yeah.
South Carolina money line against
Yeah,
Tennessee
I bet our
was
money line
awesome.
against Tennessee and Clemson and made
Yep.
I bet $10 twice and made over 100 both times because we just weren't supposed to win. And I was at the Tennessee.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
those
go
games
to
were definitely up
Tennessee.
there.
I was so mad I didn't.
I should have gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made $120
I
and we
sold my
upset
ticket.
Tennessee and I
Yeah.
stormed the field. That was awesome.
I went to the Clemson game though. That was I cried.
I was watching on the train.
It
That
was
was
in
awful.
Clemson, right?
Watching
Yeah.
my car.
Yeah.
It was on Barstool.
I got in an argument with the security officer because he wouldn't let me on the field.
The fact that we stormed Clemson Field was unbelievable.
Unreal.
Wait, they
After beating
stormed though
Tennessee.
too. Like the
Did they?
Clemson fans, like
And-
So it was just all out
at
war.
Clemson, they all like were waving. Like they took the Carolina flags, were waving them too.
They were so hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Garbage ass institution.
Sucks.
Okay, so what is one game recently that you guys wish you would have bet on?
Gotta be Miami.
Hey,
Man, recently.
Women's or
yeah.
men's?
I
have
I
the
would say men's. There's been obviously no one season made it that
I'm
far.
trying to think
And
who I
there's
should
really
bet on.
A lot of money to be made.
I only
There's not a game I
like
didn't
had
bet on.
Right.
Miami going as far as
Yeah.
they like I
I had
had.
them losing in the first round.
The problem is we bet on every game,
I had it just because
Every
like
single-
I was
Yeah.
like March Madness.
There's been so many games over time that I was like, I should have bet on that.
yeah.
But probably more in football. I feel like.
Football.
Yeah, a lot of football games during the NFL season.
Yeah.
So what do you look for when you make decisions?
Wow.
Wow.
Y'all got that one.
I'd say for college basketball, we use like Ken Palm a lot.
Yeah.
Which is like more advanced stats. Like you pay like $20 for the year, and like you get like a bigger breakdown of each team and like the matchup for like game to game and like home court and all that. But other than that, like
We look at
that's just for college basketball. Other than that, we kind of just.
Why don't you guys go into analytics?
We probably.
I was going to, and then it was a lot of math.
That's like I was looking at my statistics.
Math.
We look at a lot of like the public money versus like the
too.
what's the word I'm blanking? Public money versus
Underdog.
sharp money.
Sharp money.
Yeah.
So like you can see like, if the public has like 30% of the bets and then the sharp money, like there's more money. And it's like 40%. So that means like professional bettors are betting on one team. So we look at that a lot more too.
Always fade.
But like you don't want like
Always fade the
like
public.
sometimes there'll be a game with this. It's still the spread, so it's like supposed to be a 50-50 chance. Like each one happens, but like 90% of all bets will be on one side. You're like, all right,
So it's so
that's like,
heavy.
why
But
is
it's
that?
like,
Why
why
is
did they
that?
do-
And then you like look, you're like, okay, I should probably take the other team, even if it's like you think that's gonna happen.
This is so old.
Trap.
This literally says when with bowl games happening. What teams did you decide to bet on?
During bowl season.
Yeah.
It was all over Ohio State.
Yeah, I remember New
really-
Year's. It was New Year's Eve, like late.
The
Ohio
ball
Ohio
dropped.
State was a big underdog.
They missed the.
And I had a ton of money on them. I was
I'm
really
like a
I was
Georgia
really
fan.
fucked up, and they missed the field goal.
I didn't make it to the ball drop. I was there and I like looked at the screen and I was like, oh, Ohio State's winning, and I was in
You
Athens
just should've
and I was
won.
like,
You were in
You were
Athens.
in
yeah.
That's
Athens
awesome.
is the best place on earth.
And I literally like I looked at the TV and I was like, yeah, I can't read the numbers anymore. I gotta go home. So I like walked home before the ball drop. I woke up the next morning and I was
I
like,
barely remember that
it's
game.
the next year.
But I remember I made money off Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
we
a
his
parlay with
legacy.
Stroud and yards touchdowns. Marvin Harrison yards touchdowns. I think he placed it twice.
He
He
had
like
the first
$150,
half.
He crushed.
and it hit in the third quarter.
It's so good.
And then Georgia money line and minus 14
No.
was so free.
For his TCU.
In the championships, they were all over
You would
TCU
TCU.
money line.
I was just like, it's more fun. I was like, whatever.
It's more fun.
I don't want to cheer for
Honestly,
Georgia.
it should have been Ohio State.
Yeah,
It
that-
should've
It should have been Ohio State.
and they would have. I would have been all over them.
That would've been
They would have
game,
walked.
I'll be
No,
honest.
they would have walked. TCU.
I was all over Michigan against TCU too, though.
That
I
game
lied bet them
huge.
like 6
I
times.
lost a lot of money on
over and over
Michigan.
again.
Yeah.
The
Wait,
first play of the
really?
game was
Oh
like
my god,
90
the
seconds.
90-yard
I
rush.
bet
We were
spread
just
and they
like,
lost.
yeah, that was bad.
I took them like minus 17 and a half. I was like, they're gonna wipe
Yeah, and
TCU.
they lost. I
No,
know. I
I
think all
actually
the
Yeah.
That was
I
bad.
think I called that one. But also, like,
Damn it.
as a Georgia fan, like, I was like, I feel like TCU is just, like, fun. Like, it'd be
It
more
is.
fun.
Yeah.
And, like,
We've
Michigan
never
was,
been
like,
there.
the year before. And I was like, eh. And Michigan got
dogs.
whooped.
And screw
And they were just
Michigan.
like,
Michigan might win it this year. They got a squad.
Is McCarthy back?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Penn State doing the Big Ten this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my future bet.
No, they're gonna crush it.
Caleb Williams.
They got a
It's a little
quarterback.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew Lar.
He's good.
Clifford's gone.
He was like a top 5 recruit. In the whole
Finally,
class.
he's gone.
Yeah.
8 years.
Our season is,
Yeah.
I won't even be at the spring game. And that's, like, when I, like, do all of my scouting. And last year, like, I was like, all right, like, I see potential. And then, like, blew it with, like, Arkansas. And I was like, all right, so we're
That
not
game
going to
was
win.
awful.
That was
Yeah,
so
it was
bad.
Well, it's just because everyone got hurt and everyone's out.
We're gonna be gross next
We're
year.
gonna beat Georgia in Athens.
Yeah.
And then
That's
give
be the
whoop-
first loss.
and
in,
then
like, a while,
Tennessee
to be
whoops
honest.
us.
I'm
And
taking-
Tennessee whoops us.
killed us.
and,
I'm taking Georgia minus 24.5.
I mean, like they could probably put we're gonna win.
We're gonna win that game.
They
We'll all
just
be
have
there.
so many, like, Georgia, like, Kirby Smart is a great coach. If
Yeah.
he's, like,
They've
so
brought
They're
down
just
Every
better at every
Every single
position.
position are better.
Literally.
Every like across the whole board.
Like maybe a quarterback. Maybe we could probably argue.
I
don't know their quarterback. I don't know
They
their
have a
quarterback is.
5-star quarterback though.
They just have some
like, I
coming
feel
up.
like anyone is better
Yeah,
than
you put
Spencer.
anyone in that system.
We have the
it's
number
just gonna
6
be
recruiting class though.
Stenson
Yeah,
Bennett won
okay.
2
The
natties.
number
in that
6
roster.
recruiting class.
Like we're gonna
for
be raw.
2024.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
So
Yeah.
next year,
Beamer ball.
Beamer's been
Our
crushing.
senior year.
we'll make
Oh,
that
I
new
want
playoff.
You gonna be here?
Our senior year, we're making the 12
Damn.
team
So
playoff.
is he.
What?
He's graduating early.
Yeah. Alright, so again, this is old, so when I made this was like halfway through the season, and the top 10 was Purdue, Virginia, UConn, Alabama, Houston, Tennessee, Texas, Kansas, Arizona, Arkansas. And then when I like redid it when we were supposed to record a month ago, it was Purdue, Tennessee, Houston, Alabama, Arizona, Virginia, Kansas State, Kansas, UCLA, Texas.
Wow.
Drop that
I don't know if they
They,
fell
they
that
lost
much.
like 6 games.
They were hurt.
Arkansas
Yeah, they were.
was
Like,
not
and they were
in
playing in the
there
Big
with
East.
UConn
If you look at their
drops.
losses,
Yeah.
like away at Marquette, away at Creighton. Like,
He was a big Arkansas fan, and then we all have UConn
They
in the
were
national
not-
championship.
Yeah.
That was our team.
UConn's my squad. If they win, me and Quinn make like a combined $2,000
But I feel like
and buy a puppy.
UNC
That's a no-go.
UNC
a husky
just not
puppy.
even being there like halfway through the
It's
season was
ridiculous.
already like they went
Don't
from
get him
like
started on that.
It's ridiculous.
but it's just because
Yeah, like they didn't even have like a rough end. They just were
They
bad.
They were bad all year
They
Well,
long.
looked bad in their
but
beginning
it's
games
just
too.
because there was drama.
With the
It was-
point
Yeah,
guard.
that whole thing with the cheating scandal. Caleb Love.
He's gone now too.
I know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
For
And he
sure
doesn't know how to
left
play
because
basketball.
Yeah.
Had to have.
He just walks down the court and shoots it from the logo.
Yeah,
Like, you're not
He was
good.
also ass.
My thing
We were
was he
all
had a
around
good
last
tournament.
year.
Everyone
Yeah.
was like, "All right, this guy's nuts," but like he didn't play good the entire season.
He's gonna transfer somewhere cool though.
Yeah,
And, like,
If he goes to the SEC.
They'll have X. He'll still suck.
Yeah.
I heard Michigan,
Ri-
which would be cool.
That would
He'd
be
be like
very
cool there.
So who in that group, like halfway through the season, was surprising to you in a good way, bad way, or not performing as well?
Purdue has been the most fraudulent team in the country since
Yeah.
their first game of the season.
Yeah, you can't win with
Like,
a 7'5" guy.
That's
like
just
that.
not how March
Yeah.
works. And so them being ranked one,
We knew they
every
would,
week
yeah.
is-
Same with Virginia.
I
had them out in the
We
second
all had him out in
round.
the second round.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one picked the 16 seed.
But like, did we have them out the next round?
To FAU or
So
Memphis.
I had Purdue winning one of my brackets, and I had Arizona.
I had Arizona.
Wow.
And then
I
I
had
had
Arizona
Kentucky.
losing to Creighton.
Same.
Okay, and then we can get into like actual March Madness. So round of 64s, the upsets were Furman over Virginia, Princeton over Arizona,
Right. New Jersey.
and then FDU over Purdue, which for them to be a 16 seed alone, for them to be in the in the conference
I
as
saw
a
that.
whole, they should they
Like,
lost.
the other team beat them and they weren't eligible.
Because they lost
Who,
their
FDU?
conference.
FDU
Switched
lost in
from
their conference
D2 to
championship.
D1,
Wait, what?
so that team wasn't eligible to make the tournament.
And they
Yeah.
the other team won the conference, beat FDU in the championship, and they could not beat them.
So FDU just got
And
it.
then they
Yeah.
and
So
then
they
they had
were
and
big
then they had a
second
play-in
seed.
game.
That is insane.
Were
Won.
underdogs in the play-in game, won, and then beat Purdue.
That's wild.
That's wild.
They were just like really bad.
And
They were awful. They were the
They
worst
were
in the
also the
tournament.
smallest
By
team in
like
the tournament.
550.
Just like
They were like
Purdue.
third on team.
They almost beat FAU though.
Yeah, that game was sick too.
I mean, FAU's just bail god.
Fail.
FAU got the easiest walk to the Final Four ever.
Ever. They dodged the 1 seed and Tennessee without a point guard, right?
Yeah, Tennessee
Yeah.
didn't have a point guard.
And they would have lost them.
And they should have lost to
The
Memphis.
Kansas State game
No,
too.
they should have lost their first game. They got
Yeah.
failed by the
The
refs.
Dude, the
Like,
refs
Memphis
are
should-
all over FAU. That's Vegas. That's Vegas right there. No one has money on FAU, so Vegas is phoning the refs and they're making calls that shouldn't be called.
So round of 32 is Princeton over Missouri, and then Arkansas over Kansas.
Princeton
We like
plays
Arkansas.
so fast and so different since they're in the Ivy League that I felt like once they won that first game, no one was prepared to play them. So Mizzou I thought if Princeton got through, they'd beat whoever won the Utah State Mizzou game.
I feel like in March it usually goes like that too.
Yeah, once you get
Once
hot
you
like
win that game, it's just you're like,
Missouri
they don't want to
is-
play.
Yeah.
And he was a big Arkansas fan all year, so we were kind of on that game too.
When Anthony Black
Yeah.
reaches NBA, he will be the best player to ever touch a basketball.
Marking his words.
No, I promise you. Write that shit down.
But I feel like Kansas winning last year and then like going and like losing,
Yeah.
like round of 32 was just.
Villanova did the same thing.
I
And then they won the next year.
My thing with the winners is they never come back and do
Never.
like that.
It's
It
disappointing.
just doesn't happen.
In
But
that type of
except for,
bracket,
like,
it's
the
so
freshmen,
tough.
like what's I don't know.
That was also the Grady Dick.
Yeah.
That was the hardest side of the bracket. It was even close.
Though their region was also
Yeah,
awesome.
UConn, UCLA, and Gonzaga
Like
were
you-
all
if
really
you,
good
if
teams.
in Kansas, UConn, Gonzaga, and UCLA were in different regions, that
They
probably
would
would
have
have
been Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all had to play each other, and so it
Yeah.
was best up.
I had UCLA winning.
No,
So did
that
I.
region was actually.
And they had St. Mary's at 5. It was like a-
I thought
I
it was
love
all
just like having a bracket just for Gonzaga, like since I was like 12.
They never win
And
it.
it's just
I know,
eventually
but
it
it's
has
just
to
like,
hit, right?
yeah, eventually.
I thought since no one talked about it this year, it was the next year it finally hit.
And Timmy's so good.
So good.
And he's so old now. Like I thought this was
Fuck,
his year.
who was that?
Someone was complaining about like how he was like being a dick in his like press conference because he was trying to like give the attention to his other like teammates.
They're calling him a dick for that.
Yeah, even though he was
Media,
just trying to
media's
like,
trash, dude.
Yeah.
you'll learn about it. Oh,
Yeah.
media.
We gotta get at that minor.
I'm doing it. I gotta talk to
No,
them.
they were.
Yeah, they were
12.
gross. Yeah.
Who?
We couldn't remember
6
the
out of the
16
12
ones.
teams in that region on Ken Palm were in the top 12.
Like six
Huh.
For 6 out of the 16
That's
were in
insane.
the top 12.
in one
Who
region.
sets it up? Is this randomized or like
It's a
they,
committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that it's they pay for it.
they always do it
Because it's
so
like
well.
bowl
though.
games too. Like they bet like and
Yeah.
pay for them to be in a certain
In certain-
conference
Holy shit.
and to like play in a certain region.
To play
The
for like the
committee
stadiums bet on it.
Yeah.
kinda?
Yeah.
The college football committee's awful.
Yeah,
I
like,
didn't know that. That's sick.
yeah, like
You don't
that's
like
how
the college
bowl
football,
games.
right?
Like, that's why we ended up.
Are you hyped they're going to
in-
12?
Yeah.
In Florida playing Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I don't know. I hate going to
'cause they
12.
just, like,
My thing is it should be 8.
How?
Because
Dude, my thing is whoever's gonna get the 12 seed is gonna get stepped on by Georgia.
but it makes it
Well,
more
they're not
fun to
real.
watch.
Yeah, but like it's
Bye.
just more football.
Like I don't think the top four are gonna
My
play.
thing is, no, they're gonna buy.
Is that how it works?
It's the 8 play into the next round.
Yes.
But
And the first round, but the games are at home too.
yes,
Whoa.
Yeah, like the top seeds play at home until the final four.
that's awesome.
That's sick.
Mhm.
I think they should just keep
It's
it.
way
Isn't
better.
that how the women's March Madness works?
Yeah.
Don't they
Yeah,
play at home?
we played at home for the round of
I
16.
know there's so much
too.
money in it, but if college football playoff games were in like Georgia, LSU, Bama,
It makes so much
Tennessee,
Mhm.
those games would be so sick.
money. Yeah.
but also fans are crazy. Like, can
Well,
you
yeah.
imagine like a home game?
Oh wait,
Think
it
about
can't
it.
happen.
Imagine if
People
they had
already,
hosted a
like,
game.
throw, like,
No, you
trash
can't. Like
on the
imagine having one at
fields.
Willie B. They don't have security. Like it would just the
Yeah.
place would get ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fry lots before a home
Oh
college
my
football playoff
God.
game?
I
That place would be
would any
stupid.
of us make it to the game?
No.
Yes, but no.
Yeah,
probably.
maybe.
Like I would force my way there, but I shouldn't be there.
I'd probably just throw money and leave.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people would be visiting for that game too.
0.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let them.
I wouldn't get them a band.
Okay, round of 16s. San Diego State over Alabama.
This guy
That
right
was a
here.
big one.
I had San Diego State in the Final Four, so I'm gonna win my my bracket now because I had UConn winning the whole thing and San Diego State in the Final Four. And that was my pick before the tournament.
Told me to do it. Just didn't listen to him.
I just hate Alabama. And like I went to when we played Alabama.
That was a crazy game.
That game was unreal.
So,
And 29% of brackets had them as the winner, which was like by far the biggest.
Every time that happens, it
And
never hits.
if they're like that,
Yeah, they
they're
were like
that.
the most picked, and they had no experience.
I would never.
They were a young team.
Yeah. The
I
best
think
player was a
ever.
freshman.
Like being like a Georgia fan and now like a South Carolina fan, never. In any sport, like they're dead to me.
Why are you a Georgia fan? You're from there.
I like grew up there, yeah. My sister went there. And that's like a lot of people are like, why are you still a Georgia fan? And I'm like, because my sister went there.
Yeah, I
That's
like
fair
UNC.
then, yeah.
My mom went there, so
Yeah.
grew up on it.
And you'll root for Tennessee now because Johnny, like,
No.
you wouldn't root for Tennessee now?
I mean, if we were out, then yes. Like if like in March Madness, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Tennessee.
brother goes to
that'd
yeah.
be cool. Like see like that we get to go.
I was cheering for them in that Bama game.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted them to beat Bama. That was sick.
Oh, the LSU Bama game
Oh my
was a
God.
favorite
That's
bet
one of
I
my
ever had
favorite.
too.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Going
I
back to
forgot
that
that.
question.
Wait.
When LSU beat
Favorite
Alabama.
bet we ever had, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. LSU beat
Jump way back.
me and him. It was a Sunday, and like LSU just like lost, I think. And we're like, but when this team plays Bama, and we thought it was like the week after, like they're gonna beat them. And so we Saturday comes the next week, and we're like, all right, let's bet LSU today. And they didn't play. We were wrong. They played them in 2 weeks. So the game finally came around, and we both bet them to win, and they were like, I don't know,
Plus
they were
14,
like
plus
13-point underdogs, and
Yeah.
like plus 650 to win. And we both like put pretty big bets on it, and they won or
In
They go
overtime,
for two-
Bama
yeah.
went for a 2-point conversion, or LSU
No,
got it.
they-
LSU
yeah.
got it.
went to overtime. Bama scored a touchdown, kicked the extra point. LSU scored a touchdown, like 2 plays, went for 2, got it. Game was over, and place went nuts.
It was awesome.
And we made
Oh my
How
god.
much
Yeah,
have,
we were
like,
watching
what's
them.
the most you've made?
and I won the Chiefs Super Bowl.
Chiefs Super Bowl, we probably made like 500.
Yeah,
What's the most you've lost?
Like probably not that much.
well, his is.
His is probably the worst by far.
I don't even know. I'm probably down like 20K all time.
biggest bet I ever lost was probably just like 100.
Yeah. Opening night.
But there's this
We
stat
all
that
had
The Rams.
all the
Oh,
Rams.
yeah.
what's the stat? Like 97% of gamblers quit before they hit big, and so you gotta really think about that and be like, wow,
You gotta just keep
it's
gambling.
right there.
You
Just
gotta
keep going.
there's
That
you know the
literally
guy, you
that
know the
makes
guy
me so
that's
upset.
like that quits, and there's the diamonds right here, and he quit, but he was way farther, and there's the other guy, and he's really
He's just still
he's
going.
still going, and he's about to get his
And he's
diamonds.
gonna get his
So
diamonds.
it's just keep gambling.
Just keep going. Keep picking
You'll
away.
get
You're
it.
gonna get diamonds one day.
That's just
I
like
Diamonds will hit.
that's just addiction at that point. Yeah,
Probably.
it's like
Call the hotline.
1-800 gambler.
Alright, Final Four, because there weren't really upsets in the Elite Eight, but Final Four, San Diego State, FAU, Miami, UConn.
Craziest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's a wild Final Four. UConn will win. I haven't even thought about
None
the
of
other
them are
game.
even in the top
San
three.
Diego State's
That's
-2, and I have no idea.
Yeah,
what I'm
I haven't
taking.
even
There's
thought
not-
about the other games.
There's not a 3-seed or lower. Like, it's never happened.
Never happened.
I'm all spreading UConn to -15.5.
Yeah, UConn's just.
I think
gonna,
they are
like,
by
destroy
far the
Miami.
best team in the
They're
nation.
playing.
They're the best.
Miami.
They're the best team.
They're
Like
-5.5.
they had a rough stretch, but they were 15-0 and out of conference play before. Like they beat Bama early in the season by like 25. Like they killed everybody, and then the Big East is the best conference in basketball.
By
So
far.
like they had some tough road losses, but they killed everyone else. And then
If
now
Miami
and
comes
they're
out
killing
hot,
everyone in the
though.
tournament.
Miami's too
Miami's
small.
Dude,
They don't. They
But
UConn
also-
hasn't even had a single digit game.
I know.
Like, they're killing everyone.
I'm just saying it's the Final Four.
Yeah, it's March.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Miami, like, them even making this far, because, like, their women's
They had the
team
hardest
too.
run though.
But they
Yeah.
both, like,
They actually just had the hardest run.
They got
beat
lucked out of the Texas
and
game.
Houston.
Houston's.
Yeah, but they're
Houston
like-
plays no one.
Yeah.
More good.
Yeah, that conference is trash.
Who they beat in the first game?
Who?
A lot of people had Drake.
Wait, did they beat Indiana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
They beat
And-
Trace Davis
Who's
Jackson.
the best player in the country?
Jackson Davis.
James Jackson Doherty.
have you guys been watching, like, the women's?
Yes,
Look,
I would love to
Caitlin-
talk
yes,
about that.
Please.
Iowa,
Yeah.
write it down.
Caitlin-
National champions.
Okay, well, why would
He
you
has them
say
beating
that?
us.
Yeah.
Caitlin-
Why?
because
Caitlin Clark is the
I don't
best
care.
athlete to ever touch a
That's
basketball
so
ever.
rude.
He's going to Jays and
It's
just
fun.
rooting for Iowa.
I am
here's
taking
what-
out every dollar I've ever made in my life. I'm texting my mom saying, look, like, stuff's not cool. I need money. I'm throwing it all on Iowa. All of
The
it.
thing
Everything
is,
on Iowa.
there's never been someone who's doing what she's doing. So she comes out and shoots
Does
the
it.
ball.
Yeah, but, like, she also...
They have the best chance. They're not gonna win.
she played against Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah knows all of her strategies.
Yeah.
Like, she...
It's unguardable. From
But
20,
Aaliyah's not
from
guarding.
25 plus feet, from like if she's shooting 3-pointers from
But we
25
also
plus
have
feet,
Zaya Cook, we have
58%.
Bree
Our
Beal.
team is just top to bottom
Like,
so much better.
Bree
And we have
Beal,
Aaliyah
Bree
balls.
Beal
They're-
can get.
Yeah.
Bree Beal can clamp it, but
Like, Breezy, she's been
We're
killing
gonna
it
we're
recently.
gonna win, but if there's any chance we lose, it's we have a rough game and she has the best game of her life, and like that's
Our coach is Dawn Staley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
And
she
she-
goes to the women's national team.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
she,
she's like
just won Coach of the Year.
Yeah, like and she'll scheme
Yeah, she'll
Caitlin
be
Clark
fine.
up. It'll be.
She also,
You can't
like...
scheme for that.
bro, they're
You
12
can't-
point.
You pick her up at half. She's little.
How no, she's not.
She's not little.
No.
She's like,
She's
She
like...
looks
kinda-
scrawny.
I mean, she's like
She's
not like
yeah,
big,
but she's
but
tall.
she's
my
tall.
thing with Caitlin Clark is she's doing something that no
She's
one's
like
ever done in
Luka,
that sport.
Like, how do you scheme
Dude,
for
she's
Curry
Luka.
in the playoffs?
For women's sports,
Then
no
what do you
one's
do?
ever shot
Yeah.
the ball like
You
that.
don't.
From
Yeah.
that far.
It's
She's Luka.
I don't know.
She
The
pulls
only
it from
thing that
half.
scares me is how we performed last year. Like, in the championship, we did not play. And,
Yeah, like it could
Yeah.
happen.
Aaliyah, like, she is a great player, but, like, D. Henny carried the entire game.
D. Henny was
D. Henny
tough.
was
she,
tough.
she, like, literally
Almost
carried
there.
the whole thing.
And they still won, so you can't bash it, but like,
Yeah.
And they were playing
That's the
Paige
thing.
and
It's like they
UConn's
weren't even
so
playing
good.
their best games and they were
And
winning.
when we beat
Yeah.
That's the thing, and they're like
National
in the
champion
men's
last year.
every year,
Yeah.
everyone's
And
got
it was,
to play
like, by a
against the
lot,
women's. It's
too.
just like
Yeah.
the start of the
Our team was just so like we opened the tournament to win at
Well, yeah,
minus
look,
180. Like we
the
were
spread-
heavy favorites against the whole
what did you say the
field.
spread was? 12.5?
Yeah.
Clearly we were supposed to win the game, but I
but
think
it's not gonna happen.
I would take plus 12.5
And we,
because
if,
you can't
you,
I would
if you're
say
saying
money.
we, that means Iowa.
I think that they're gonna, like... I think they're gonna, like, let it be very close up until half, because that's how they've, like, how South Carolina's been playing
Mhm.
so far, and then they're just gonna, like show
I
up.
also think it's hard to win that many games in a row. Just keep doing it. And
But
You've
also-
done that for
Unless
years.
you're the
But
greatest
imagine-
woman to ever touch a basketball.
But, like,
Dude, have you
Imagine
heard
us
what
going
the analysts say about our
undefeated
team?
and winning a national
They
championship.
pretty much show up and
Like,
just,
that would be
But
sick.
imagine Caitlin Clark winning a ring after.
Yeah.
After
It's like,
beating
they
the
She's
They
broken
show up
every
to it,
record.
be like it's
every record.
She has every record.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone
sure.
wants it to be LSU in South Carolina.
LSU is that one girl
And
who's
LSU's
really
Well,
good.
go
coach,
with the
Reese.
floor.
LSU's
LSU.
coach was like, "Yeah, you can already write in South Carolina
Yeah,
in the
she
finals."
did.
Greatest thing right now for me is we've got 2 SEC teams in the Final Four. Write that story. 2, that's 50% last time I checked. The top 2 finishes, the champion, South Carolina's going. I'm just telling you flat out, okay? I'm getting ahead of myself, okay? But you write it, they're going, okay? And that's nothing against who they play. I just know how good they are.
Oh, what?
It's because her and Dawn like were talking because it's like an SEC thing. Like the SEC is planting.
But we'll
them.
walk
Her
on
and Dawn need to chill out because they don't know what's
So
coming.
she was a coach at Notre Dame, and she left.
Yeah,
The
I
LSU's
think so.
coach, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I watched the LSU game. It was the worst basketball game I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
Angel Reese is just very aggressive, and like she almost fouled out when she played us because she just like lets it get to her head.
Yeah.
That
Every
game
time I
was
see
the
her, she's like for
third
25
lowest
and 20 with
shooting
like
percentage
5 blocks.
She's like a lab.
She's
Yeah.
very like big. Like
Yeah.
she's very tall, very like muscular. Like she can block and like get in the way.
Kind of just
but
dominates
she-
that game.
Yeah, she's just very aggressive. I think that is her downfall.
Aaliyah Boston's better.
Aaliyah's just like very down to earth. She's so humble. Like
You met her.
in the bathroom.
Yeah, I heard they just kind of show up and take care of business, and it's just that's it.
Yeah.
Do you think Gigi is going to
He
draft?
doesn't. He declared.
Play regular.
He doesn't.
He's gonna be a bust.
Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I root for him, but
He's
he's
miserable.
not good.
No, he like not even that. Like how he came in as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Should
he
never have
was-
done that.
It's
He-
true.
it was, like,
Yeah, he's 17 and
infuriating.
he just came to Columbia.
South Carolina.
Hey,
There's
boys.
no way I'd be able to say no to going out.
My
so
thing
I
with
was
him,
just-
he did show.
He just needed a year or two to be like, all
Yeah,
right,
but
I
he
gotta
gets
walk
no
in.
My thing is, like,
he's gonna be so.
He did just get a year of college ball at 17.
But he's
He
gonna.
is
now
so
he's going to get a
much
year of
potential.
NBA at 18, 19.
No,
He's
he's
definitely-
gonna
His
do
first
it-
year playing minutes going to be at 19 years old.
He's
Yeah.
gonna do what Sharif Cooper did, and he might get signed, he might get drafted, and then he's immediately gonna get put in the G League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's
He
gonna
needs
happen.
that.
And then he's
For
gonna have to
years.
go abroad.
He's gonna.
Like he's gonna end up going abroad.
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
Probably.
If he got put in the league right now, he would not.
He'd
See
get
any
he'd
type
get
of
used
success.
a lot.
He probably should have come back.
I would come
Oh,
back.
Yeah.
I 100%.
Or
That's
trans.
right.
I would
If
transfer.
Not
he
getting
stays
drafted.
here, he's just
He's
taking
gonna be a
his
lottery
draft
pick,
spot.
apparently.
Yeah,
He
wait,
is.
what?
He's top 14 pick.
Yeah, he's a lottery pick. People want him.
He's just like so athletic.
He has
and,
the
he's-
size.
It's like
But
they'll
he's
just take
not.
a chance.
Like he literally can't run. Like
Oh, he looks terrible.
He
when you go to
has
his
like
games.
he literally looks like he's been running up and down stairs.
We would always bet on him to score like
Good
his
night.
eyes over. in
First
points.
game, Gio, remember that?
Oh, he turns 18 on the night of the draft.
No,
Gio,
he
He
already
doesn't
is
turn
18.
19 until 2 months into the 2023-2024.
That's wild.
He's gonna be
Like imagine you.
The
guys,
NBA needs to
like,
change that the rule though too. They have to stop letting such young people get into the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to make it 2 years.
It'd make the league so much better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like Jalen Green came out.
No,
like, he was so talented.
no,
he just sucked.
What's the
I don't know.
TikTok guy that is going to Duke?
Jared McCain.
Yeah.
Did you see his
he had
3-point
19 for
contest?
25. 19 of
Wait,
In
what?
the, in the
In the
McDonald's game.
McDonald's.
yeah.
I didn't see
What?
it.
He didn't
27
miss.
points.
Wait, is Bronny
He's
not
raw.
committed?
Huh?
No, he's gonna go to Ohio State.
Ohio
I
State.
bet.
That's
Or USC.
I
USC.
need that.
Dope.
That'd be
Need
sick.
USC. That would be sick.
Bronny's gonna be.
Bronny's
Jersey.
Bronny's a one and done though, just because of his dad.
Did you see he's supposed to be a top 10 pick in
Yeah, he's
24?
like just good.
He's kind of
He's
good now.
not.
You see his Hobbs?
Come on.
I think his
Did
brother's
you see the
better
dunk
than him.
contest?
I
He had
did.
60 seconds to dunk and didn't make one.
I
He scored
do not care about a
15
high
points.
school
In the
dunk
final, he
contest.
didn't score.
In
He
the
missed
McDonald's
every
American game, he scored 15.
one. You can look up
He
the
had
final
15
round.
in
He
the
missed.
game. That's
That's
sick.
good.
Yeah, that's really good.
And he plays good defense.
I think that his brother's going to be better.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. He's that
No,
dude
Bryce
grew
is a-
6 feet in like
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah.
Bryce is a
He's
bucket.
like, and
He's a
he's,
bucket.
Bryce is gonna be actually
the
really good.
glasses
Bucket.
is perfect.
I still think people just hate Bronny for no reason. He's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
Well,
Bron's
there's a,
solid.
I mean, yeah, there's also a lot
You'd be
with like
one- I
LeBron
would
that we
assume
talk
you
about.
would be
and,
one of
like,
those people.
No,
Yeah.
no, I just like LeBron, not his kids.
well, so we talk about it in sports like media. LeBron, like all of his history and like how he went to Miami and like how everyone hated him, and then he just like had to be like, oh, I'm coming back,
And
and
just
like
won.
everyone forgave him.
Yeah.
I mean, he won.
Well, yeah,
the
he won. He
championship.
did it.
If
he would have left there again without a championship, it would have been bad.
He would have had to retire there. Like,
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to go to
He's
Lakers.
also-
If he didn't win, he wouldn't have been able to go to Lakers.
Yeah.
But he won. Greatest NBA final performance of all time.
Who do you think is the best basketball player?
LeBron.
Ever?
Yeah.
Kanye West.
LeBron, for sure.
Watch the film.
Okay.
LeBron.
After watching The Last
Over-
Dance, it's hard to say. I don't
But like when LeBron
Like, when
gets his
LeBron's
10-part
version
doc
of that
series,
yeah,
comes
but
out.
it's
Like, that was so biased. MJ produced it.
I mean, what did he want to
Wait,
do?
yeah, he's
Michael Jordan
really
wasn't
fucking
even
good.
in the new like Air movie.
yeah, I want to see it though. It looks cool.
We went to.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, did you go?
No.
Why?
Which one?
I forget. I
It
was doing
was so
something.
Wait, what movie?
Air.
That Air
Have you seen
movie.
the
It
trailers?
doesn't come out for like another week or something, and we could have gone and seen it last week for
Really?
our class.
It was
and I
so
just, I think I was doing
good.
it.
Wait, who's in it?
Leaving. Matt
The
Damon.
guy, yeah. And then
It's about like Sonny Vaccaro and like the Jordan
Who
shoe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because Sonny Vaccaro was at
Oh,
our
the whole like
He's
signing.
gonna be a
Jordan
guest speaker.
video. I
Sonny
did see
Vaccaro?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
It's like one of the
That's
last
so
classes,
good.
right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I like won't be there for 2 weeks.
What is that, your collegiate athletics class?
It's so like I like it personally. So my Midwest was perfect.
Really?
Wow.
For the
Which one's the
no,
Midwest?
for the 64, 32, 16.
Good stuff.
That's it. In the Midwest.
What was the Midwest region?
I don't know.
No, like well, who's the one seed? Do you remember?
No.
That must have been Houston, right?
Houston.
I think so.
It's whatever was at the bottom.
Bottom left.
I think.
Can't be bottom left.
Wait.
That was
Definitely not
Purdue.
bottom left.
No,
was in
I
Portland.
have the other app that's like all for like.
I think it's Houston.
I think it's Houston.
Which like would make sense going on based on how that went. Penn State, Texas.
How many like do you guys still have people in? I know you do.
I'm done.
Four?
My brackets.
I have UConn winning and
Yeah.
So if they win, I win both the like groups I was in, and I have a bet on them to win the whole thing.
Well, must be nice. I should have.
Most people are done.
I
Like,
should have
there's,
just
like,
had Miami
no one really
just for
has
Alex
anyone
Earl.
No, most
like a
people
pro-
are done.
Earl.
That's the only reason I had him going like as far as they did, and then I like cut him off. But I forgot who I had them losing to. But FAU did not actually.
I don't think anyone predicted that.
Yeah.
There's just a random team.
Like everyone wanted Memphis to win that game.
Yeah.
They're also
They were
like
the best team against the spread this year
Really?
Wow.
in all of college basketball.
They did it for Vegas.
FAU.
Yeah, and number 2
And
is
Miami,
Miami.
right? Yeah.
And like imagine
Crazy.
like
we gotta
going
we gotta think about that next year.
like basketball players have so much fun. Like imagine being a basketball player at FAU, like you go to Fort Lauderdale or like at Miami, like your off is literally like
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
off time.
like it's something that you.
Like if they have a
wanna
weekend
do.
without a game, they're
Yeah.
gonna have a weekend. For me, I just go to the street.
You guys can add whatever you want now. That is all my notes.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Probably just bet on Iowa. That's about it.
I don't even know if
Um,
this will be out by then. I get it.
I'm trying to think of any futures I have that are really big right now.
UConn.
Rangers Stanley Cup.
Rangers.
Oh, Rangers
Yeah.
stand.
Bruins.
If we want to talk about hockey.
Everything.
If the like we all like have over a period of 4 months, we all bet before the season we all bet the Rangers win the Stanley Cup because we're all fans.
No, we're not.
And not this kid.
I like don't care about hockey, but I have the Rangers
Yeah.
just because it's one of my campers. I
Gosh.
And then since the season started, there's been maybe 7 separate times that we've been fucked up and betted again. So we've combined like each have like 70 to win like 1.3K if they win the Stanley Cup.
And they will.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
It will. They're the best. They're literally.
They have the
Who
best
they
playoff
play?
roster.
They'll play the Devils in the first round. It hasn't started
And
yet.
who are you gonna play in the conference championship?
We're
I
gonna
like the
walk
Devils.
off.
Probably
They
not
didn't
the
even get
Bruins,
it.
to be honest.
The
The
Lightning.
Lightning, yeah.
It's the
impressive
Lightning's
stuff.
curse. Like it's still their East. They
I
haven't lost.
can't wait for these playoffs.
They were the same seed last year and they won the East.
I mean, yeah, it
Well,
is.
y'all
Their
got
regular
shut
season
out
doesn't
at
matter.
home to the Predators last night.
One game.
You looked awful. This is the time when you need to be playing good, not 4 months
We
ago.
put
But we were on a 7-game win streak before that.
And what happened?
We lost a game.
To the Predators. We
At
beat
home.
them 7-0 on a back-to-back on the road.
That's really good for y'all.
Yeah,
We're
it
about
is.
to break every record for any. All right.
For regular season, hey.
That's
nice.
Really
That breaks the
different.
scaling.
Hey, the
Right?
President's Trophy, the curse is ending.
No,
Go.
it's
It-
not.
It is.
That's not.
We literally have a super team.
I
Like
think
what line is better?
We have the
No, not
greatest.
Kane,
We have the
and
greatest
Tarasenko.
playoff hockey player of all time.
Like we have the
Out
greatest
of his
American
prime.
and player.
Playing with his best friend.
Out of his prime.
He's not out of his prime. Have you been watching their games?
No.
He scored last night,
Again.
and it was
3-0
dirty.
against y'all this year.
Bro, I don't regular season.
We'll wait to see what happens. But right
The
now,
Knicks are 3-1 against Celtics.
I mean,
So are we gonna beat
I'm
you
not
in the
high on the Celtics at all.
Milwaukee or the Bucks
Have
in
the
the
Knicks
finals
been doing
too.
good?
Yeah, they're really
Oh,
good.
Knicks are
that's
really good.
So that is the end of this episode. The next episode will be another Living the Life. Thanks guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, it was fun.
Great time.